بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. نحن نصنع قال الله تعالى فإن تابوا وقاموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة فخلوا سبيلهم. صدق الله العلي العظيم. Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam explaining how should our response to people after they make tawbah or after people who accept Islam. What should our response be towards them? And what type of treatment and behavior we should have with a Muslim, with another Muslim, and what type of behavior should a Muslim have with a Mushrik. So we behave with a Muslim according to how a Muslim got to behave, and according to a Mushrik, how you're supposed to behave with a Mushrik got to behave. And these things, everybody understands this very well. Everybody understands this very well. But a person who professes himself to be a Muslim, what his tongue, he reads the kalima, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. He professes to be a mu'min. So now, when a person professes to be a mu'min, and at the same time he's got all those signs of a mu'min, that is, he reads the namaz also, he gives roza also, he gives zakat also, all the signs of a mu'min, he adopts these signs also. Now you're going to behave like him, like how you behave with a Muslim. Because he has shown the signs or the vital beliefs of Islam, he's practicing upon it. So because now you can't have doubt on his iman or anything, and you're going to behave with him like how you behave with a Muslim. And we are not responsible for what is in his heart. There's a possibility that he's going to deceive somebody. He's got something else in his heart, whatever it is. In front of us, he's proclaiming Islam, and he's carrying out the tenets of Islam also at the same time. So what is in his heart, we are not responsible for what is in his heart now. If he's namaz, show the people also, then we are not justified to have any doubts in his iman, because he's in kalima also, and he's carrying out the tenets of Islam also at the same time. So we got no right to doubt in his imam. We are only responsible for what he professes with his tongue. If he professes the iman with his tongue, so we'll accept to be a Muslim, and will behave with him like a Muslim now. So whatever signs the Shariat has put forward for a Muslim, if a person fulfills those requirements of Islam, then that person is a Muslim, in other words, and we've got to behave with him like a Muslim. And whatever is in his heart, whatever it is that is what him and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah ta'ala will take account of him on the day of Qiyamah and reward him to go into Jannah for his good work, and whatever wrong he did will be punished in going to Jannah, will go away. That doesn't depend on us, and we cannot make judgment on somebody who must go to Jannah or Jahannam. But according to the teaching of Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the person who professes to be a Muslim and he practices on the tenets of Islam, we accept him as a Muslim and we treat him like a Muslim. So here Imam Nawawi rahmatullah is trying to explain to us in this chapter here that there are many people who profess Islam with the tongues, but with the other parts of the body, they doesn't conform to the tenets of Islam, to the demands of Iman. So that we are not responsible for all those things there. A person has got Iman also, and there is namaz, roza also, gives zakat also. Now we got no right to oppose him, to say he's not a Muslim now. He is a Muslim, whatever it is, because whatever he is doing is according to the demands of Iman. The same will find common hadith also. If a person is seen going to the masjid, frequenting the masjid, then Nabi Sallallahu said that must bear better that this person got Iman in him. So a person who, for example, some places mentioned that a person he reads the kalima also, and at the same time he makes eats halal food, like he slaughters the animal in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then that person also is a Muslim, in other words. So apparently how the person behaves, according to that we will make a judgment that this person is a Muslim, and will behave with him like a Muslim will behave with him. That's why in this ayat where Allah SWT just went, فَإِن تَابُوا وَأَقَامُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ فَخَلُّوا سَبِيلَهُم. So here Allah SWT saying this ayat is mentioned. Prior to this ayat was mentioned how the mushrikeen were. The Muslim, the people who make shirk, and those who oppose the Muslims and Islam, concerning them, it was the rulers made for them. It must catch them, bring them to your captivity, or you can kill them, whatever. Don't leave them out now, because they have opposed Islam, they opposed the Muslim. They came to war with the Muslim now. They can start confronting the Muslim. Now, so responsible when they have come to confront you. Now you got to safeguard yourself. Now you got to safeguard the Islam also at the same time, the Iman of the people also at the same time. It must have been such that if this will become more, this will become more prominent among the people, then they'll hurt more people and snatch away the Iman of other people also. So keeping that in mind, shall we say now that such a people who confront the Muslims and hurt the Muslims in order to divert the people from Islam to shirk again, so such people you got to fight against them and don't leave them at all. And if they don't, and nothing happens in that process, they get killed. It doesn't matter. They can get killed, doesn't matter. But the bigger picture is that they mustn't harm the people's iman in other words. But yeah, after what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about those people who did all this wrong they did, for example, they realize they did wrong now. Now they make tawbah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They turn towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they turned away from the shirk which they were doing. They made tawbah from the shirk they were doing and accept iman. They read namaz also, and they start giving zakat also, they give roza also. And after accepting Islam, they follow the standards of Islam also at the same time. Now we will leave them, now we say. Now we don't oppose them at all. But now they are Muslims. Now to catch them and to put them, make them to captives, put them to prison, for example, or to punish them or to kill them now, this is not correct now. Because now they accept Islam already. Now you can't behave with them like how you behave with the mushrik now. So in short, now once a person makes tawbah from shirk and he accepts Islam, then now you've got to behave with him like how you behave with a Muslim. And if he goes against that and he's got no signs of iman at all in him, then you can behave with him like how you behave with a mushrik, and there's nothing wrong in that. Yeah, Hazrat Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu anhu narrates from the Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam that Nabi said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded me that you must fight with those people, going to war with those people and others, those mushrikeen who don't believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make shirk, going to war with them until when they start giving witness that Allah, there's no one worth to worship besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam is my final last Nabi, and they establish namaz also and they give zakat also. And once they're doing this, once they adopt this way of life, with the tongue they read the kalima also, and the body they read namaz also and they give zakat also. Then now you look after their wealth and look after their health and look after their life also. How we look after another Muslim also. And now in other words, you got to give them safety and security. You cannot harm them, you cannot hurt them, you cannot kill them, you cannot do anything that will have a complaint against you. At the same time, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, that the law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will still be binding upon them. And Allah Ta'ala will take account for that. Others, they have accepted Islam, everything they have accepted Islam. After accepting Islam, now they do something wrong. That doesn't mean now they're doing something wrong, Allah won't punish them. Allah will definitely punish them if they do something wrong. That Allah will take them to task on the Qiyamah from them. But as we as Muslims see them, they have accepted Islam also, and they have read the kalima, read namaz, and give zakat also. We'll say, no, they are Muslims and behave like Muslims. We'll look after their life also, look after their property also, look after everything, and try and see their safety and security, in where we were staying. But here at the same time we'll find what mentioned in the hadith, illa bihaqq al-Islam, that the rule of Islam, the law of Islam will still be binding upon them. For example, a person accepted Islam already, and verbally, and physically also is practicing on the tenets of Islam. But now at the same time you can steal somewhere in our terms now. Now there where the law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is, his hands will be chopped off. You won't say now we give him safety already because he accepted Islam already, now he's got safety and I won't cut his hand. No, the law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is there. The binding on him also the law is binding. He can't steal in words. And in other words, a person thinks that I'll just accept Islam just like that, and I'll do all my wrong things, whatever I want to do. But that will not going to work. In other words, here Allah has explained that person who professes to have Islam at the same time he does wrong guna, he does wrong kind of doing wrong and guna thing, then that the law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be binding on him now. Now he'll have to steal something, then his hands will be chopped off. Or as for example, if he kills somebody unjustly, for example, now the law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bind on him again now. That can take qisas from him now. He can take his life also because why he kills somebody else. Doesn't mean he accepts Islam now. He is above the law of Islam. It don't be like that. He's still in the law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that he will also be killed, in other words. Qisas will take it for him also. So yeah, the meaning of this is that once a person accepts Islam, and now after that he starts committing some guna, it doesn't mean now that everything he's given him safety and security already as a Muslim country, Muslim state. Now we can't do anything if he does something wrong. No, that law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is still binding over him. The same way you find a person who is a free person and he's married also. And after getting married also he starts committing zina, adultery courts. Now what happens now in that case? Now you won't say now because he accepted Islam now, his wealth and his life is under protection of the Muslim now, then we can't do anything more. At that time he will be punished for committing that crime now. Because that's the guna he has done. He will be punished for that. It will be pelted to death because of that. So it doesn't mean once a person accepts Islam, so now he can do whatever he wants to do. He can stay in his own religion, make shirk also, make guna also, and it can't do anything because now he said the law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that once you accept Islam, you are under protection of the Muslims. It doesn't work like that. You are under protection of the Muslim until when you don't violate the law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, in hadith, Mr. Muslim, وَحِسَابُهُمْ عَلَى اللَّهِ, that now his reckoning or taking account of his deeds will be on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And now Nabi Karim Sallallahu is saying here in this hadith, saying that Allah Ta'ala only commanded me to propagate the deen of Islam to the people, and when they accept Islam, they did the namaz also and they give the zakat also. So now in return of this, now their life and their wealth are safe now, and under our protection it is. So in that manner we don't have to have any doubt on them, because they profess to be Muslim verbally also, and physically they're practicing on Islam also. They're practicing Muslim, in other words. So such people, we haven't got the permission now to look into what is in the heart, what are the thoughts they got in the heart, what are the plans they've got. We are not responsible for all those things now. Even a person reads namaz to show off to the people, for example, and gives zakat to show off to the people, I'm so wealthy and I give so much of zakat to poor people. We are going to look at the apparent how he's behaving and say, no, he's a Muslim now. We won't say now he's giving this to show off to the people, reading namaz to show off to the people, to get the attention of the people, whatever it is, because of ulterior motives behind the scenes there, whatever it is. So we don't worry for all that, but we just see apparently he accepts Islam, so we deal with him like how we deal with a Muslim brother. So yeah, whatever he does with himself, that Allah Ta'ala will take account of him on the day of Qiyamah. So we don't have our responsibility not to go and start investigating now what agendas he's got, what other programs got within himself. That is not our responsibility now. We can see apparently he's a Muslim, he's giving roza also, he's giving zakat also, he's giving namaz also, he's doing everything. Now we'll treat him to be like a Muslim now, and behave like a Muslim with him. And in Bukhari Sharif also, there's a hadith where Nabi Karim says that Ali radiallahu Nabi Karim Sallallahu sent Ali radiallahu to Yemen on an expedition event. When he went there, got a lot of wealth in war booty, and from there he took out 1/5 and sent it to the state, in other words. Others were distributed among the people, warriors who go there, and 1/5 come to the state, it comes. Baitul Mal it comes. He sent 1/5 to Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and there was quite a bit of wealth, quite a bit of gold also in there. So Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, at that time, the beginning of Islam, there was also a law that those new Muslims who accept Islam, to make them feel comfortable and make them feel adjusted to the Muslim society, Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam should give them some extra wealth, should give them something extra, should give them to make them feel comfortable and learn deen. As they learn deen on their own, they won't demand for extra anything or priority for in any way. So that when Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave them a little bit extra for those people to secure the iman, make the iman more strong, and be established in Islam, for example. When Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did this, then somebody told that we are more in need of this, what Nabi Sallallahu giving them. In other words, we are all Muslims. Nabi Sallallahu which was distributed this thing among us, not among the new Muslims. When this thing came to the notice of Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, "What, these people haven't got any confidence or trust in me, whereas the being in the sky has got so much of confidence and trust in me. Now Allah Ta'ala has got so much confidence and trust in Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that He sends now the wahi to Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. When Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala and the Jibreel Islam has got so much confidence and trust on Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, then why haven't you got trust and confidence on Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? It's possible Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam will do something unjust. He won't do something unjust. He'll do whatever according to the commands of Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala. For example, you find a person of a position or whatever it is, that person tells somebody go and meet somebody of a lower category or something. That person never go to him or something. He never accepts it. You say, why not go to that person there? Didn't I send you to that person there? Why not get the work done by him? The same manner, you got no confidence, no trust in me. I sent it to the wrong person, I sent in other words. In our daily life, we see this type of incident taking place in our society. The same Nabi Kareem Sallallahu is trying to explain to them, and Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala has got so much confidence and trust in me, sends wahi to me also. You got no confidence and trust what I am doing, in other words. Otherwise, our iman was besides whatever Nabi Kareem Sallallahu did was justice. He never did anything against justice, he did. Whatever he did was according to the command of Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala. That's what we could do, have in our hearts, in other words. And mentioned one hadith was mentioned as one person, his features was mentioned in such a way that he came and stood in front of Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. His eyes were gone into the socket, in other words, and his cheeks was out a little bit, and his forehead also was out a little bit. His hair was shaved also, and his beard was very thick, and his trousers were above his ankles also. So he came to Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and told Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, fear Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala. In other words, whatever distribution you are making now, he was not happy with the distribution. So he told Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, fear Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala. In other words, don't be unjust in your distribution, in other words. Then Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam replied, who will be more fearful to Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala than me? Trying to make me understand that whatever I did was according to the law of Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala, and nobody will fear Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala more than me, because I am a Nabi of Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala. At that time, the Khalid ibn Ali radiallahu anhu was sitting there. He said, Nabi Kareem, give me permission, I can cut off his head. And that was a person who don't believe on Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, haven't got a love for Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, don't accept the decision of Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, how can be a Muslim, in other words? A Muslim would accept every solution of Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So yeah, this person never accepting the solution that was put forward or whatever decision he made. They were not happy with it. In other words, that person, how can he be a mu'min, in other words? So yeah, Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam replied, no, don't do that. He never gave permission to do that. Then maybe he's reading namaz. Otherwise, he's reading namaz. That's why he's a mu'min, and you can't kill a mu'min, in other words. Hazrat Khalid radiallahu anhu replied to Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, many people read namaz to show off to the people, just to save themselves. They read namaz, but it's not in the heart. And whatever they say, and the actions are completely contradictory to one another. So in other words, you put a doubt to set in itself that this person is just saying verbally, but in his heart he's not a Muslim. In other words, how can he behave in this manner? He does not accept your decision. In other words, you're saying that apparently he's saying that he's got iman, but you can see in his heart he's got no iman because he's objecting on what you are saying. Then Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam replied again, said that Allah Ta'ala never command me to look at the people's heart, what is in the hearts. But Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala has told me to make a decision according to the outward appearance. Whatever they are doing, if they accept verbally iman and the actions are according to the tenets of Islam, then they are Muslims. How can you kill a Muslim without any cause? In other words, now this was the rule or law in Islam. So whenever a decision is being made, it's made on apparent whatever a person sees. He can't make a decision what is in the person's heart, what planning is in his heart, what was going to do. We're not responsible for all these things. We're only responsible for what we see and make a decision according to that. You find many people come ask a masla to the mufti, for example, and whatever the question is asked, that's what you got to answer and get. The mufti won't go and find out why he did this, how he did that, is it true, not true. He won't worry for all these things. He'll give according to how it's been asked. The question is asked. That's what he's So whatever is apparent in front of us, according to that we make a decision. So here Nabi Karim draw our attention to that person there. Somebody said this person looks like he's a munafiq, for example. So Nabi said, but he's reading namaz, man. The person reading namaz, how can you say that he's not a Muslim, in other words? So the difference between a mu'min and a non-believer is namaz. Hadith comes that person, the difference between a Muslim and a non-Muslim is namaz. So he's reading namaz, now how can you say he's not a Muslim? So to take a life of a Muslim without any cause, without any reason, is not acceptable in Islam, in other words. And now you'll find that the people sometimes they accept Islam. They read namaz, they read kalam in front of us, and they start reading the namaz also, and other laws of Islam, they start to practice that point also. In spite of that, what happened? The Muslims have got some doubt concerning them. He said, we think the suspicious person looks like. Maybe we think that that person maybe is a spy, for example. But this is completely wrong. Islam doesn't give us permission for all those things. So how we behave with a Muslim, we behave with a Muslim, because apparently we see he's reading the Kalima also, and at the same time here we see he's reading namaz also, reading zakat also, and behaving like how the Muslim is in Quran, whatever, tilawat, reading everything. So we know he's a Muslim and we behave with him like a Muslim. Yes, on the other hand, if you get some proof, you find out that person is, for example, is conspiring something against a Muslim, or is a spy, for example, some proof, then there the law changes completely now. But until that is not there, then we treat that person as a Muslim and we look after his wealth and after himself also. And whatever is in his heart, that Allah will take account of him on the day of Qiyamah for that. That's not our responsibility. So here the responsibilities are being distributed, in other words. Our responsibility is to bring about a good ummah, to bring a good ummah into existence. That is by having confidence and trust on one another. When have confidence and trust and then bring about a good ummah will come into existence. If you don't have any confidence and trust in anybody, how you can bring a ummah? So these are the rules and laws when Nabi Kareem Sallallahu explained to us how to make our ummah, in other words. And every small thing is not a thing where you got to have a doubt on the person. But if the person has got something else in his mind, whatever it is, then Allah will take account from the day of Qiyamah. Why must you worry about that? And at the same time, Jannat will be fully given to a person who's got true iman in him. And otherwise the person will go into Jannah according to his belief what is called in himself. So it's for us to understand, bring about a good ummah, a good society into existence. We behave, we teach the people about what Islam is, and they accept that teaching of Islam and the practice of Islam. You say they are Muslim now. We've got to behave with them like how we behave with a Muslim. If there was something else in his heart, or in his private he does something against Islam, something whatever it is, we are not responsible for all those type of things. That doesn't concern us, all those things. Because Allah Ta'ala will take account for him on the day of Qiyamah. In another hadith here, Hazrat Tariq bin Asim radiallahu anhu heard Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam saying that a person who says La ilaha illallah In other words, La ilaha illallah hadith means that La ilaha illallah means Muhammad Rasulullah is also worth it. Iman means that, but La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, that's implied already inside. Whether it's mentioned or not mentioned, it means that Iman means doing Iman on Allah and His Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Then that person is a mu'min. So because it comes in the hadith that a person, when there is La ilaha illallah, that he don't read Muhammad Rasulullah, he is not a mu'min. But if La ilaha illallah, he goes to Muhammad Rasulullah, then only his Iman will be complete, in other words. So that person who is worshipping anybody else besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he refused that. He refutes that. And it makes tawbah from that whom I was worshipping before this, I don't worship them anymore, I worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And read the kalima of Islam here. Then, like for example, if a person wants to become a Muslim, then no one will ask him now, who were you worshipping before this? Whoever you were worshipping before this, any idols or anything else, you could make tawbah from all that and make the aqidah correct that you're going to worship only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they will never person accept Islam. They ask him this, who was worshipping before? And they'll say, this is my beliefs. I said, now your beliefs are going to be changed now. Now you're going to believe in Allah and His Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So in other words, make tawbah from his old method, where whoever was worshipping, make tawbah from that now to become a Muslim. So now, once a person accepts the kalimat La ilaha illallah, he reads, then the Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, now that person's life and that person's wealth also is under our protection now. So nobody can disturb him in any way now. And whatever the reality is, Allah Ta'ala of Qiyamah will take account for whatever he does now. Although we don't have to go into doubt now what this person is, it's not our responsibility. He read the kalima and he's going to go to Jannah. Now he's reading namaz also, he's reading his Quran, whatever it is, now he's a Muslim, he'll go to Jannah. So we have been taught here that we don't have to go into nitty-gritty of people's lives. It's not our responsibility to become a spy in people's life, for example. But we're going to accept whatever the person does. We say he's a Muslim, whatever it is. In that process, the person makes some guna or disobeys Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is nothing to do with us, but his contact with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah will take him to task. And Jannat only going to people who got proper iman with himself. If he haven't got proper iman, how will he go to Jannat? So that depends on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We can't make judgment now that this person must go to Jannat or this person must go to Jahannam. We can't make all that judgment amongst ourselves. That's why sometimes somebody will have a fight with somebody, have a quarrel or dispute with somebody, then they say you must go to Jahannam, must go. So that's all wrong. It's not correct those things. We can't say who's going to go to Jahannam and Jannat. We don't know. Hazrat Miqdad Aswad narrates, I asked Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that in the battlefield, when the kafir come to me, and he cut off my one hand also, and then I go with the force and attack him, and the person under my sword now, and the person under my sword, he said, because he's got no chance to save himself from me, he kind of, for example, takes the support, take refuge behind a tree or something also, and when I go near him now, he's the kalima after that. Must I kill him? But at that time, the war was taking place among non-Muslims, whatever it is. And non-Muslims had that habit they had. Then the person is under, that now there's no way out for me to get saved now. Should read kalima. Then we read kalima, they'll get saved, they won't get killed. So this was a situation to take place. Ask Nabi Kareem, so this situation take place, what must I do? Must I kill that person or not? So here you can see, apparently that person hurt this person on his hand also, and after that he was overpowered by this person now. In this situation, what will our common sense tell us now? That now we got to kill him because he hurt this person also, in other words. So here what Nabi comes to reply? No, you don't kill him. Hazrat Miqdad he told me that, and he cut off one of my hands, also he cut off. What about that? Then to Nabi Kareem said that he cannot kill him. Because he's got iman, he had a kalima now. How can he kill him? Because he had a kalima already now. And so when a person is a kalima and accepts Islam, then his wealth also and his life also is under our safety. So you'll find when Muslims have capture a town or country anywhere, then the people who were there, you shouldn't force them to accept Islam. Then whoever accepts Islam, they live like how Muslims are living. And those who don't accept Islam will have to give jizya. They will give a tax. They're going to give that. And what was the tax? Was protection of their life and their wealth. Then nobody can harm them in any ways. So it shows that when a person accepts Islam, then the Muslim has got the rights. For example, he have to look after himself, look after his family, surrounding whatever it is. Must give zakat also. He must got the responsibility how to follow to have a good society. But this person, he doesn't accept Islam. So what does he do? Now it doesn't mean that now he's a non-Muslim. Now you can hurt him, you can steal his goods, whatever, you can kill him, whatever it is. You can be unjust towards him. No, it's not allowed in Islam at all. But for that, he give a tax of protection. He gives, and then we got to protect him like how we protect a Muslim in other words. So here, what Nabi Karim was trying to say now, that at the beginning, that person was a non-believer. He was worthy to be killed and going to Jahannam. Now because he accepted Islam now, and now you killed him, so whatever now, he took your position and you took his position now. Otherwise now he was, now because you killed him now, you are worthy to be killed also. We took some Muslims' life, you took away now again. So how important it is to understand the small teachings of Islam. We don't get into a dispute and you know how to conduct ourselves. We don't go into rage and go into anger and do something in anger. That's not correct in Islam. So at that time, when Nabi Karim explained this, that Bilal said that how I could just become a Muslim now. What it means? When a person accepts Islam, Allah forgives all his gunas and sins. You say, because now I thought that because he was my enemy now, and I must kill him, whatever it is. According to reality, teaching of Nabi Karim accept Islam, you cannot kill him. Now I've killed him, what it means? I've killed a Muslim without any cause, without any reason now. So I'm worthy to be killed also, in other words. That's why I say I should make dua that I should become I should accept Islam now, that Umrah back should be forgiven already, previous gunas should be forgiven. So that's what Nabi Karim explained was, I can give an example of similarity, that just what happens normally in a situation like that. So that's why you're not allowed to kill a person without any cause, in other words. Here, Nabi Karim explained that now imagine, apparently you said person, he was supposed to be killed, but he read the kalima also at the same time, and he heard the person also, so the person got anger in him now, but he revenge to kill him also. But in that situation also, what Nabi said, then no, because he read the kalima now he's a Muslim now. Now you're going to look after him, and if you're going to kill him now, then you're worthy to be punished also in other words. Right. Another hadith here, mentioned here, that Usama bin Ziyad radiallahu anhu narrates from Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hazrat Usama radiallahu anhu was very close to Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Zayd bin Haritha, he was Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam that adopted him. And Nabi Sallallahu loved him a lot and treated him like his own family. Yeah, as Usama bin Ziyad radiallahu anhu, from the tribe of Jahina, there was one group that was called Haraka. And those people who belong to that Haraka group are called Harakat, they are called. Once Nabi Karim Sallallahu sent a group of people to go and fight with them in that area of the Mushrikeen. When they reached there early in the morning, when they reached there, they took position and took control of the place where they drink water, and of the area also. They started taking position of the whole thing. And because of that, many of them, they ran away from there. But they found one person was there when they went. They say, me and one Ansari, we went there, and when about to attack that person, then immediately he read La ilaha illallah, he read. He read the kalima, he read. So we say, and another hadith is mentioned also, when all the people of the area went away, and found this one person, went to him, about to kill him, and there the kalima La ilaha illallah, he read. So he said the Ansari, what did he? And said, I went away. And that Ansari, he went away. He never attacked this person because the person had kalima la ilaha illallah, he went away. I said, what I did, I went and went forward and I struck him and I killed him. When he came back to Madinah Munawwara, he told the whole thing to Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam what happened. When Nabi Islam heard what happened, he said, oh Usama, that person did kalima la ilaha illallah. He said, yes, he read kalima la ilaha illallah. Why do you kill him then? I told Nabi Karim Islam that this person, he took so many people's lives. He took in the battle. He took the life of many Muslims. He took. So he explained this many people's life he took, and now just to save himself, reading la ilaha illallah. Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam again said that you took his life and said kalima la ilaha illallah. What a big crime you have committed in other words. So yeah, imagine this situation here also, when that person killed so many of the Muslims in the battle, he killed them. Now he's worthy to be killed. And when he was under their mercy now, so what when it says that he read kalima la ilaha illallah just to save his life, he read that. So he thought, because he's doing kalima, because just to save his life now. But as Osama said that, I thought that he is doing this just to save his life. But the Nabi Karim said, but when he said apparently la kalima la ilaha illallah, it means he accepts Iman already. Now it's not correct for you to kill him. Whether he read kalima to save his life or not to save his life, but he read the kalima at least now. So now in the sad situation, it's not necessary. You are not commanded not to kill that person now. That's why you find in Islam yahdimu ma kana qablahu. Islam says whatever a person does before Islam, then that everything is wiped off. So you keep this rule of Islam in our mind, that when a person does kalima la ilaha illallah, all his gunas are being wiped off. So you cannot taunt him on those things now. Now he's like a newborn baby now. Even if a person has killed 20 people, more than people, hundreds of people has killed already. But once he reads Tawbah and accepts Islam, reads kalima la ilaha illallah, now Allah forgives all his gunas, he becomes like a newborn person, he becomes like. So this Sahab also at the time, when he heard this, then at that time he also said his words that I hope I should be born today only, that all the gunas should be forgiven. I should accept Islam only today. I should be like a newborn person, and I shouldn't have this guna on my shoulder today. So in one other riwayat, the Nabi Karim Islam says that Usama said that he read kalima la ilaha illallah. Then why did you kill him then? Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, because he read the kalima la ilaha, because of the sword was about to strike him on his neck. That's why he read the kalima. Then Nabi Karim Sallallahu told him, did you see into his heart? Did you open his heart and see what is in his heart? And there's accepting Islam just because of the fear of the sword. If you now see those things there, then you got no right to kill him. So you must see apparently if a person accepts Islam, then you accept that of him. So no matter what situation the person is, and he accepts the kalima la ilaha illallah, you accept him as a Muslim, and you don't harm that person. You don't know what is inside. Maybe Allah will give him hidayah at that time, and you accept Islam. So here we'll find another example. Also we'll find in the Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam also cautioned Hazrat Usama radiallahu anhu. The same man you will find incident also that Ali radiallahu anhu once was in the battlefield, and he set onto an enemy on his chest about to kill him, and the enemy spit on the face of Ali radiallahu anhu. Immediately he got up from there and went away from there. So the enemy got very surprised that I was worthy to be killed. I did everything, whatever it is. Now this person just left me, like, what's happening? So I asked him, why you did this to me? He said, in the first case, I was supposed to kill you because of the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because for Allah ta'ala's sake, I was on the battlefield to kill you because of that. Now because you spat on my face now my intention is changed now. I'm going to kill you because of the anger, because you made me angry by spitting on my face. Because for the reason I'm going to kill you. So my purpose of killing will not be correct. I won't be rewarded for that. So this enemy thought that this people has such high character that they've got, that whatever they do is for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and didn't go against that, they're not prepared to do anything. You're surprised to see this treatment, and he accepted Islam because of that. So our small teaching of Islam are there for us to bring about a ummah, a good Muslim society, in other words. We find the Sahaba Kiram, what was their condition? Then whenever Nabi Karim cautioned them, or told them something, or taught them something, immediately they practiced upon it. They never give any chance. They know, now I'll see tomorrow, afterwards, when I'm free, I'll pay attention to whatever it is. Immediately they should practice upon it. Just to into the heart already. Nabi Sallallahu said this, now I can't do anything besides. No matter how much of loss I can get, no matter what can happen, doesn't concern me. Because Nabi Sallallahu said me this, I've got to do this. There's one incident of one Sahabi. He came to Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and told me Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave him some advice. The Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told him that don't ask for anybody to anything. Yeah, and the other Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was trying to think, don't beg for anybody. But he said, don't ask anybody for anything. So after what happened, he said that he never ever asked anybody anything. So much so, if he was riding a horse, and if he was that rope of his fell down, for example, you should never ask someone to give me that rope. Just get on yourself, pick it up and get on top. So I asked him, why are you doing that? The Nabi Sallallahu told me not to ask anybody for anything. So how can I ask somebody to pick up the rope for me? Although it's a small little thing, and all know it's not begging for anybody anything. But Nabi Sallallahu told me that, but I can't ask anybody for anything. So small thing also, they're prepared to practice upon it in such a way. And look at our condition. When we explicitly we see something also, we're prepared to practice on it. So we could take a stock of our iman, what degree is our iman also. So the mizaj of the Sahaba Kiram was that no matter how much of unawareness they were in also, then too they made sure they practiced on the teaching of Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, no matter what the condition can be. And what is our condition? Are we also prepared to accept the law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the teaching of Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam anyway? We'll find something we don't agree with our nature, then we're not prepared to accept it. We'll make different types of excuses that no, it means this, it meant that, try to come out of the whole thing. But we won't let's practice on what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, what Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, let's practice on that we won't do that. So there's a difference between us and the mizaj of the Sahaba Kiram, meaning that the mizaj was that whatever Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, immediately they accepted that. They never object on that. And we try to cover up whatever we do. So we could try and monitor our situation also very well. Another Usama radiallahu anhu, once another incident that took place with him was that Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu, in his time when he became a Khalifa, and he had some ideological differences with Hazrat Muawiyah radiallahu anhu. And because of that, a very huge crowd of the Sahaba was with Ali radiallahu anhu. And because he was the Khalifa of the time. And some of them was with Muawiyah radiallahu anhu. But at that time you'll find there were three groups of people that came to existence. One group was with Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu, one group was with Hazrat Muawiyah radiallahu anhu, and one group was neutral. They never take part in anybody. He remained aloof from both the groups. And we know very well, Usama radiallahu anhu, his contact with Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and his family people was like a house contact. It was very close to one another, and they grew up together, whatever. So they said to one another. So at one time, Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam took Usama radiallahu anhu on one side of his lap, and he put Hazrat Hasan radiallahu anhu on the other side of his lap. Then he made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I also love these two people, you also love these two people. Imagine now Allah ta'ala loves these two people so much, and the solution was here when he stayed aloof from this solution that took place at that time. Ali radiallahu anhu was Amir Mu'mineen, and he was the representative of the Mu'mineen at that time. So it was the responsibility of every Mu'min to support him and give him support. But Hazrat Usama radiallahu anhu was neutral. He never take part in any of this. Because of this, Ali radiallahu anhu felt hurt also a little bit that he was part of our family, and he never support me also in this manner. At that time, Usama radiallahu anhu for some work, he sent one person to Hazrat Ali radiallahu for some work. At the same time, he told him, look, maybe Hazrat Ali won't help you out, whatever it is, and he will ask you also that why you never support him in the situation. Then that time I must tell him that if I should have seen you going into the mouth of a lion, then definitely I should join you and go with you in the mouth of a lion. I should go with you. But here, in this situation, I didn't have the guts of doing anything, staying silent, you see. So in other words, they were very clear in their minds, and whatever they did, they were very clear in their, you know, because Nabi Karim Sallallahu told him from before, warned him that you must not kill anybody. For them to say he's a Muslim, you cannot kill him. So here now both sides, they are Muslim, both sides. How can you kill somebody? Because Islam told you that you can't kill a Muslim, and no matter whatever the condition can be, whether under stress and except iman, whatever it is. So here in this case, here they are from before, there is no stress and under stress or anything. How can I go and kill anybody? So because of that, he stayed neutral. Say, I cannot take anybody's life into the dispute of him. So you can imagine how much they adhere to the teaching of Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He was Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu, whom he was like a family person he was listening. But when the situation came where they could go to war with one another, he never take part. He said, no, how can I kill somebody? And Nabi Sallallahu stop me from killing a Muslim. I cannot take part. He remained neutral in that. Yeah. As Ibn Abdullah, that is from Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam sent one group of people towards the area of the Mushrikeen. Then one person who was very brave of the Mushrikeen, he came and he killed many Muslims. He killed. Then after when at that time, I was looking at the chance that when he will be unaware of anybody, at that time I will kill him. I think he was looking for a chance that when he will be unaware of around his surroundings, and that if I could attack him, he won't be ready for it, and I can kill him in that way. And so when I reached that place by him, and I just took out my sword to kill him, immediately what he did when he saw that the sword coming out, he read Kalima La ilaha illallah. Usman said that when I saw read the Kalima La ilaha illallah, after that now dressed because under pressure now to save his life, he killed him. Then came to Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and explained this what happened in the battle. That this person was a very brave person, and he killed so many people. He killed also, and because of it, I saw for a chance. When I found a chance, I went to kill him, and read the Kalima and I killed him. So when this happened, this incident was been related to Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam called Usama radiallahu anhu, asking him that what they're saying, as it true what they're saying. He said yes, because he harmed so many of Muslim people, he harmed, and he was harming more people he was harming. So because of that, I killed him. So on that, Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that he did read La ilaha illallah. So he did the kalima. So yes, I read the kalima. Then do you kill him? He said. He said yes, I killed him. Then Nabi Karim Sallallahu again said that, but did you read the kalima La ilaha illallah? He said yes, he read the kalima La ilaha illallah. He said then do you kill him? He said then once I did kill him. So on that, Osama told me, sorry, Nabi Karim was just like that action of his. They said, I made a blunder already now, what must happen now? So he told Nabi Karim, please dua for maghfirah for me. Nabi Karim said on the day of Qiyamah, whatever happened, that Allah will take account of him, whatever he said, that we are not responsible for that. So now, Muhaddis explained here, in this city, as Usama when he saw that there was no way out now, he made a mistake, whatever it is, he wasn't supposed to do what because we never know the teaching of Nabi Karim at that time, whatever it is. So now, Nabi Karim explained to him that at that time also a person, in this philosophy, you could accept his iman and make him live like a Muslim, could make him live. But when he saw it, when that never took place, he committed a big crime, in other words. So what he told me, Nabi Karim could make dua for maghfirat for him. So Shura writes that when he made this dua to Nabi Karim, a request to Nabi Karim, Nabi made this dua for him, and Allah accepted his tawbah also. So it shows here, once you make a mistake, our responsibility is to undo that mistake and making tawbah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Allah will accept our tawbah also, and the mistake will be wiped off in other words. Abdullah ibn Udwa, Rasulullah narrates, I heard Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu saying this, that Nabi Karim, in the time of Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the person should do anything wrong, and Allah should send wahi to Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And the person gets caught immediately for speaking a lie or doing something, should get caught immediately. Now Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is not alive among us. Now the wahi is cut off already now. So now, whatever now, we believe and we make a decision on what we see in front of us. He won't come to us. We cannot say what the person is true or not true. We'll accept apparently what the person says, we'll accept and make a decision on that, we'll make a decision. Otherwise, at that time also many munafiqeen would come and see we are Muslims and behave like Muslims and take benefits of the Muslims. So as Umar used to say that now he has stopped now, so we cannot see who is a munafiq or not a munafiq. We cannot say that. We cannot pinpoint all these things now anymore. So whatever situation will be, we'll see in front of us. According to that, we'll make a decision, and the rest will be in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever they spoke a lie, or they spoke the truth, whatever it is, that account will take in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the Qiyamah, and according to and they'll dealt with. So he has Umar explained, said the person, he is a kalima in front of us. He is namaz also with us, and he gives zakat also, as we practice the tenets of Islam with us. Now we'll keep guarantee for his life also and for his wealth also, no matter what it is, and whatever it is in his heart, whatever it is, that Allah will take account of on the Qiyamah, and accordingly it will be rewarded or punished, whatever it is. So in short, we can see, it is mentioned here, that how a person behaves with us, just how we got to behave with that person. If he professes that he is a Muslim, then we got to behave with him like a Muslim got to behave. Whatever his inner self is, that we are not responsible for that. That he and Allah, him and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we behave like the Muslim than that. At the same time, if a Muslim does something wrong against the Sharia, now that person will be a sinner, he'll be committing a guna, a crime is committing. But that he's responsible for it. He'll pay for that crime, whatever. We're not going to pay for that crime. So we keep that in mind, and mean for our problem will get sorted out in society where we have this fight for one another, one another, is because of this we don't understand this aspect of our Sharia. So if the person commits a guna, then that person is responsible for that guna. We're not responsible for that guna. He must make tawbah, he must do whatever it is. We're not responsible for that. If you understand this part, I mean for our conflicts with one another will get sorted out. We'll come to the end of this chapter now. See this volume of this kitab is complete now. You can see how much of knowledge there is in the hadith of Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and how much we can improve ourselves by learning the teaching of Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it's our responsibility to pay heed to it and have the confidence and trust in the words of Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that how the Sahaba Kiram had a trust on Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Once Nabi Sallallahu said something, that was the finish, that was the last the decision, that, and shouldn't go against the decision of Nabi Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We try and bring that type of nature within ourselves, then we are successful. Allah give us topic to understand, to practice, and bring about this good society into existence, a good ummah in existence, where we don't have doubts on one another, on small things we have disagree with one another, and to give names to people, whatever it is. That's not the way of Islam. But we have to acknowledge the iman of one another, and behave with the person according to that iman of that person. We do know that that person with iman is of a higher degree, and we talk bad of him, then we are at fault, and we're going to lose out. So that's why we don't know. Sometimes a person looks to be a very poor person, for example, a lesser degree of person in society, and we behave with him in a bad manner. We don't respect his iman, whatever it is. For example, you have said a Muslim has got iman, got respect his iman, right? His wealth, and also his honor, and his respect also look after at the same time. So if we don't look after his respect, for example, we don't look after his honor, for example, how do we evaluate the law of Islam, in other words? So it's our responsibility that we look after every Muslim, whether a person is treated low in society, whatever it is, but we've got to look after that person's honor also, his respect also. We don't talk bad of him also, whatever. We try and help the person. It's better to help somebody than to put a person more into difficulties. Because that nature of and that is the nature of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah give us tawfiq of understanding and practicing. Subhanallah, subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka.